E plus R equals O. Event plus response equals the outcome. That was something that Jack Canfield came up with many years ago. And what he was saying by that is, it's not the event that will determine the outcome. It's your response to the event that will determine what happens in the end. Last night, the ministers announced the businesses and industries that would be allowed back to trade under level 4, together with the regulations attached to those. I've subsequently seen the framework of regulations in a written format, and unfortunately nowhere in there does it include or talk of real estate service activities being allowed, which is a big blow to the industry, no doubt. But here's the thing, you have two choices. You can either choose fight or flight. Now, certainly from our perspective, we'll continue to fight the fight in terms of writing back to them, trying to get it reassessed, trying to get us even into level 3 if we can, so that you can continue to operate. But you can only control the controllables. I mean, at the end of the day, we wrote multiple submissions that were received by the Department of Industry, that were received by the Department of Human Settlements. Human Settlements personally delivered the letter to the Command Council, and we were told that it was considered. I find it hard to believe that 850 submissions were considered within a day and a half. But again, that's a process that neither you nor I have control over. What we do have control over is our actions. And while you may not be able to go out and list the property or negotiate the sale face to face, there are certain things that we absolutely can do. Well, I find the best way to approach this when I'm faced with a situation where you feel as though something's been taken away from you or being kept from you, is to appreciate the things that we already have. It sort of reminds me of that talk by Rusty Labuschagne, and I hope you got to see it. The Rusty was locked away and imprisoned for 10 years in a Zimbabwean prison for a crime that he didn't commit. In a cell of over 70 people with lice and flea-ridden blankets, and given hardly any food and water to survive on. Yet, when Rusty came out, he was forgiving of his captors and had a heart of gratitude. Well, I haven't been that good the last few weeks, to be honest, but I keep a journal, and every morning I write in the things that I'm grateful for. You know, things like I'm grateful that Vicky's back is on the mend. In fact, it's now healed. I'm grateful for the beautiful day that there is outside. I'm grateful for our cute dogs. I'm grateful that I married such a gorgeous person, and I'm grateful that I have a God who loves me. You know, write 2 things down every day. It allows you to look back on this when you're given bad news and understand that you're actually blessed with the things that you do have versus those that don't. But that's just the starting point. The next would be, okay, I'm faced with reality, the event. Now, what is it I'm going to do about it? What is it that I can do about it? Now, I can hop on Facebook and I can moan and I can rant. I can give my opinion in terms of why I feel that decisions have gone against me. Or I can look at things that maybe I can improve myself on, so that possibly when the lockdown is lifted or eased, I can use those skills to turn myself into a better person, a better agent, a better human being. So my question to you is, of the training that we've been providing, of the daily doses, albeit some of them, yes, they're silly, but so there's some valuable information in there that I hope you've taken note of. The podcasts that I've recommended, the books that I've recommended, the skills training. If you're going to come out of this lockdown and you don't know how to do a virtual tour, you're going to be on the back foot. I would absolutely start there. How many of you have logged into the webinars that have been made available either through Remax SA or Remax LLC? Just yesterday, there was a 1-hour session on how to run a virtual open show house. Do you even know what that is? Well, that's my point. There are certain things that you can do right now to upskill yourself, so that by the time we get to our level, you're able to hit the ground running. because the world is going to look very different when we do. So I guess my message to you is, what is your response going to be? Are you going to stick your head in the ground and just wait for things to blow over? Are you going to hop on Facebook and other social media and have a rant and splay your opinions all over? Or are you going to look internally and be thankful for the things that you currently have and look at what you can do right now to improve yourself? I can tell you the one thing you should be looking at. If this Friday the deeds office opens, albeit a public holiday, but when the deeds office opens on, I guess, Monday, have you lined up all your transactions that are in your pipeline? Have you contacted your conveyancers? Have you contacted all the suppliers, banks, and whoever else it may be that you need to ensure that your deals that are currently in the pipeline get pushed through? And those that need resuscitation, are you working on that today? Because that's something that you can do. And it's something that will help to drive your business or certainly your cash flow. So that's my message to you today. You had an event that happened last night. Something got announced, and it's not a great event. But your response to that event, your response to this pandemic as a whole, is going to determine what your outcome is going to be weeks, months, and even years from now. We've been faced with these challenges before. Interest rates of 27% in 1999. The economic downturn and depression in 2008. And we came through that shining. And we'll do the same this time around as well. I know that to be true because of the people that we have, because of the resilience that we have, because of the experience that we have, and the tenacity that RE/MAX agents show. You can do this, you can get through this, but it's going to depend on the response that you give to the event that's laid out before you. I'll catch up with you all soon.